Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're heading to the California coast, to a place that feels like it's literally built from sunshine, nostalgia, and the sweet smell of saltwater taffy. We are talking about a true icon that has stood the test of time, the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk.
So if I asked you to name California's oldest amusement park, what would you say? Disneyland? Knott's Berry Farm? Nope, it's the Boardwalk. Founded way back in 1907, it holds that title, making it a real original, not just in California, but on the entire American coastline.
But this isn't some dusty museum. What makes the Boardwalk so special is that it's still a true seaside classic, a totally vibrant, thriving park right there on the shores of Monterey Bay. It's alive and kicking.
And we're not talking about a tiny little pier either. That number you see, 35, that's the total number of attractions they've packed onto this one stretch of coast. It's just buzzing with everything from modern coasters to timeless classics. You know, this is what really sets it apart from your typical theme park. It's one of the very last classic seaside amusement parks left on the West Coast. I mean, think about it. You can hop off a roller coaster and literally step right onto the sand. The whole place is just woven into the beach, mixing the thrill of the rides with carnival games and arcade and that unmistakable ocean air.
And really, the heart and soul of the Boardwalk are the rides themselves. This is where you'll find everything from classic dippers to dizzying modern discos. It's a century of thrills, where the old and the new aren't just coexisting, they're creating something totally unique. And this right here is where you can feel the park's personality. One minute, you're riding a genuine piece of history, like the Louvre Carousel, which has been spinning for over a century, or the legendary giant dipper wooden coaster from 1924. The very next, you're on a modern screen machine like the Undertow spinning coaster. It's this incredible blend of timeless charm and cutting-edge thrills that really defines the entire experience.
And look, those old rides aren't just novelties. Being a National Historic Landmark, that's a big deal. It means they're considered actual American treasures. This isn't just some local award, it's the nation recognizing their cultural importance. It's this deep, rich history that really sets the Boardwalk apart. So to understand why this place has endured for so long, we gotta rewind the clock and dive into the century of fun that started it all. So the journey kicks off in 1907 with one guy's vision, Fred W. Swanton. The park got so popular so fast that by 1927, they were running special suntan trains just to bring people in from all over the Bay Area. Fast forward to 1987, and its most famous rides get that huge National Historic Landmark status. And, showing just how tough it is, it bounced right back after the pandemic closure to fully reopen in 2021, ready for another 100 years.
And dotted throughout this history are these amazing little details. One of the best is Laughing Sal. This wonderfully creepy but totally iconic automated lady who was saved from San Francisco's old, long-gone playland at the beach. Her cackle is legendary, and it's like a direct audio link to amusement park history.
Now, speaking of history, let's talk about that grand building at the heart of the Boardwalk. Because you might have noticed a kind of weird spelling, and it points to a pretty fascinating story.
Yep, that quirky spelling on the Coconut Grove sign, it's on purpose. The building first opened in 1904 as a casino, but during Prohibition, it got a new name, inspired by the Marx Brothers movie, The Coconuts. And get this, it then became a legendary hotspot in the 30s and 40s, hosting huge big band names like Benny Goodman and Tommy Dorsey. And today, that very same building carries on the legacy as a premier spot for big events. So all this history, this blend of old and new, it all brings us to the final and maybe most important point. In a world full of giant corporate theme parks, why does this classic seaside park continue to matter so much?
Well, first, there's the official status. It's not just California's oldest amusement park, it's also a designated state historical landmark. That means the state itself has basically cemented the Boardwalk's importance to California's heritage. It's a living piece of history.
But its importance isn't just stuck in the past, not by a long shot. The Boardwalk is consistently dominating right now. Just look at this chart. The industry's super prestigious Golden Ticket Awards have named it the best seaside park almost every single year since 2007. I mean, 17 wins to just one for all other parks combined. That's not just surviving on nostalgia. That's being celebrated year after year as the absolute best at what it does.
Which really leaves us with this final thought. The Boardwalk has survived world wars, economic depressions, and massive cultural shifts. And it suggests that when a place embraces both its history and its future, it can become more than just an amusement park. It can become a tradition, something passed down from one generation to the next. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.